definition of etiquette is the customs or rules governing behavior regarded as correct or acceptable in social or official life. Today, I would like to discuss the importance of etiquette when dealing with civility in our society. How many of you think that your etiquette does not need any improvement? Okay, well, listen to what I have to say, and at the end of my speech, I want you to ask yourselves that question again. Today, I will first explain common etiquette in America, and second, I will inform you of some tips on how to improve your etiquette. Common etiquette seen in America ranges from proper all the way to rude and prudent. The civility among regions in America differs entirely when compared to one another, and it seems that after that comparison that no set of rules can be followed for a uniform civility. But as stated by Anton Corton, a 17th century author who wrote the Rules of Civility in 1685, stated, "But that civility is unpracticable without an exact observation of the four circumstances: our own age and condition, the quality of the person with whom we converse, the time, and the place of the conversation." I know this was from a long time ago, but I believe Corton was not thinking about just one nation or just a certain time period, but that this was meant to be timeless. All of us need to keep in mind next time we start a conversation or give a speech. In 2000, Meyer, who was an author for bnet.com, who was sponsored by CBNS, wrote an article titled "Liberal Civility and the Civility of Etiquette." He stated, "Etiquette seems clearly related to moral and ethical concerns, especially in the traditional attention paid by etiquette to respect for persons. Such respect includes required modes of public and personal address, as well as displays of concern and deference to elders, superiors, and strangers." This is common knowledge for those who have been raised to think and act this way. We are raised to think someone is always watching us and judging us, so we have to act our part in public because society is the determining factor for the way people should act. But I think we tend to forget what we were taught, and it shows in the results from the phone survey conducted in 2003 by Public Agenda, who has been informing the public for the past 30 years. And they found that a lack of respect and courtesy in American society is a serious problem, and that's stated by the participants. And they also found that 61% of the 2013 surveyors said that it's getting worse. Now that we have gone over what is commonly seen in America, I will now give you some tips on how to better practice your etiquette. I will now share some tips on how to improve your etiquette and how this could make life more civil. Some suggestions I have prepared for you to help improve your etiquette are opening the door for someone, going out of the way to say hello, complimenting someone, and remember to always say your please and thank yous. And now I am going to show you a video on how we can spread proper etiquette.
Remember the movie Pay It Forward? A 12-year-old boy named Trevor tries to change the world by doing favors for 3 people. They in turn help 3 others, and so on. It was a classic tearjerker, but guess what? It really works. Researchers from Harvard and the University of California say they now have scientific proof. They found that when people cooperate by giving money to help strangers, the recipients are then more generous themselves, and so are the people they help. The authors of the study call it a cascade of cooperation, and it works both ways. When people were uncooperative, that behavior spread just as quickly. How many times have we heard scientists talk about their research and then say more study is needed? Well, let's help them out. Pay it forward and do a favor for 3 people. As Trevor learns in the movie, a great big change can begin with one little act of kindness. That's a page from my notebook. I'm Katie Couric, CBS News.
If you help 3 people, like the video said, and use some of the tips I told you, then the effect will positively cascade to others. Now that we have learned about etiquette and tips on how to help us improve. Let's quickly review. We have learned the common etiquette seen in America ranges from proper all the way to rude and prudent. I also shared some tips on how to improve your etiquette and how this could make life more civil. Now that we all have some basic knowledge on etiquette, let us try and pass it on to others and see how our newfound knowledge can improve civility in our society.